today Nigerians are watching closely as the Nigeria Labour Congress mobilizes its members and affiliated unions for a nationwide protest against the growing insecurity across the country. Now, the protest is set to kick off at 7:30 a.m. and is supposed to have started by now from Labour House in Abuja, and similar demonstrations are expected across states with workers and civil society allies following designated peaceful routes. Now, the NLC says the action is a response to a worsening security situation marked by attacks on schools, places of worship, kidnappings and killings that has left many Nigerians living in fear. Now, Acting General Secretary Benson Upa has warned on potential attempts to disrupt the protest, describing the movement as a collective act of grief and a democratic demand for the right to life and security. Now, President of the NLC, Joe Ajero, has further emphasized that the protest reflects the daily struggles of Nigerian workers facing the worst level of survival in recent history. He cites stagnating wages, rising inflation, inadequate public infrastructure, and increasing tariffs, all compounded by the threat of violence and displacement in some regions. Across the country, some state branches like those in Plateau and Kano are fully participating, while Edo State has pulled out, citing concerns about potential chaos during the Yuletide season. Now, this comes amid a backdrop of continued kidnappings and insecurity, where in Niger State, a 14-year-old girl recently died in captivity while other abductee gave birth. In the past 2 months, attacks in northern and central Nigeria have prompted the president to declare a national security emergency, ordering expanded deployment of security forces and a review of protective measures for citizens. So today, the question on many minds: will these nationwide protests make a difference? Are they a wake-up call for the government, or will Nigerians continue to face these security challenges with little change? That's what we want to hear from you this morning. Make sure you call us in on the numbers displayed on your screen, or send us a WhatsApp message if you're unable to connect with us. All right, now looking at this, the nationwide protest that is supposed to happen today, or is already going on at this point. We have seen multiple protests, as we mentioned earlier. We've seen multiple protests that have happened. We've seen, multiple strikes as well that have happened in Nigeria. But so far, as I mentioned, we need to see results. That is the ultimate goal of having a protest.
Absolutely.
Now let's take our first caller. We have Ade from London. Hello, good morning, Ade.
Good morning, Hauwa. Good morning, Maimuna.
Good morning, Ade. Oh, very well, thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead with your thoughts.
I'm greeting from all London.
All right. Thank you very much.
I'm in support of Agiro for the first time. And why am I saying that? Because this protest, we need it. Because insecurity is affecting our economy. Insecurity is affecting life. People want to come home now for Christmas from Europe, from the United Kingdom, everywhere. They are afraid. They are afraid, I have someone that want to do something and it's three closest friends to meet here. You send money to him, you say they are sorry, they can't come. Because they don't want to fall into bandits and be living in the forest. So they just send money to the guy. So it's affecting morale. So the demonstration is okay to push the government to do the needful. Because when there is demonstration now, Trump will see it. So government is afraid of Trump now, and Trump can react. So they can make government react to do the needful about this state police. If state police cannot be possible, then allow the vigilante, local people like Amateku to carry AK-47, give them license. When we have that, we don't need state police anymore. They are the ones that will make any state police anyway. So let them allow them to carry arms. Like civilian did in Born that helps them. So if you don't want state police or don't want to call it police, community security, they can name anything. Because security is life. You see, after somebody traveled, somebody came from America to a Gomo shop and they kidnapped the guy and they established business there and they took him to the forest. They pay ransom, they see killing. What happened to everything he has in America? You understand? So it's affecting our economy. I'm pleading with federal government to please do something quickly about this insecurity that is ravaging our country. God will secure our country, God will save our country. And people that will travel this Christmas and New Year, God will protect them. Good morning. Once again, God bless Nigeria.
Good morning, Adi. Thank you for calling in.
Now, looking at this issue, Maimuna, a lot would wonder that now that the NLC is out and putting up this protest, a lot have always had questions of the motives of the NLC, but we'll get back to that.
Absolutely.
We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Hauwa. Good morning, Maimuna. Good morning, Trust TV family. Good morning, Nigeria. This is Shetima Yakudima calling from Maiduguri.
Good morning, Shetima. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Thank you. Nationwide protest. It will change anything. Of course, it will change. All the protest that is happening in Nigeria, we are in support of it. Why did I say so? Because there is a popular saying that says a blind man might not know that eyes was on him until you touch him. So what government is doing, if at all there is no this protest, government will continue to be doing it as it will pretend that people they don't know what is going on. But we have to know all what is happening. Nigerians are watching. The only thing is that Nigerians are patient enough. Whenever you see Nigerians march on the streets, the thing have gone beyond control. And this protest, it has even come late. It has come late, honestly speaking. Look at this insecurity. It has happened here. It is started here in Maiduguri, like play, from word to word. It had become all over the town. It had penetrated all over the states, to our neighboring states, and is gradually going. Government did not take any measures to control it, and now we have escalated to the whole country. So something needs to be done, honestly speaking. We will not continue to be killing. And those who have been engineering this killing, eyes was on them without any action to control them. It is good labor they have stepped in. This protest, it is for all of us, all Nigerians. We have to support this protest, because even government did not do anything. They let them know that we the Nigerians know what is going on, and also our neighboring country and international community, they should know what is happening in this country, because a poor man, he has nothing to enjoy in this country except peace. If this peace is not there, what do you think a poor man will enjoy? In a country where there is no light, no power supply, no health, no education, all the things have been collapsed. So even the security that poor man is enjoying is no longer there. Where do you want us to go? We don't have any other country than Nigeria. This country is only the country that we have. So we have to do all what is reasonable and necessary to make sure that this country was back to order, and people have enjoyed the security anywhere they found themselves. It's a shame. It's a shame. Giant of Africa. A farmer cannot go to farm and till the soil and germinated crops. Our people, they are hardworking people. They do not need support of any government things. We can stand on our own. We are hardworking. But this hardworking can only be harnessed if there is a peace. And the peace is no longer there. What do you want us to do? What do you want us to do? Honestly speaking, we are in support of this protest 100%. And things, it will change things. Even though If we do not see it now, we'll see it in the near future. We are hoping and praying this protest will come with a better thing. And we wish them luck. And we are here praying for them for a success. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you, Shatima, for calling in and sharing your thoughts. However, when you look at the nationwide protest, it can make a difference. It can make a huge difference. We have seen the NSAS protest, what happened. It brought a halt to, police brutality and also the disbandment of SARS in the police force. That is to say that when people come out to, protest and draw the attention of the government and speak up,
and the question is, how many of these protests have really made an impact?
That has always been a problem each time it comes, each time there's a protest. I think, the leaders of this protest don't follow through at the end of the day when that protest is, being done. You need to follow through and ask the government questions as to where are we and what can we do moving forward. But then we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good morning. My name is Chris. I'm calling from Abuja.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning,
thank you for calling
Thank you for joining us. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Yeah, thank you. It's not like we are not in support of the protests. But my assumption and what we rarely see in the Nigerian protests when the Labour calls for protests is this. The Labour leaders themselves, they are too selfish, too greedy. Yes, what they are fighting for is just for themselves. Not for all the workers or any other Nigerians. By the time they call them, because I've seen with my eyes, when government officials will call them into the room, within some minutes, they have called up the strike. Look at the way they live. Look at their life, flamboyant life. Look at the workers, peanuts. Common transport, they cannot have. We want to go on the protest, do it widely, at least. I am sure, and I'm sure, Labour leaders end up during Adamu Soshomoli era. For this one, is just like a jamboree or a drama. Please have a lovely day.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris, for calling in. But however, remember each time they talk about protests, the NLC, different views, different people come up with different unions
when it comes to them protesting.
Absolutely.
As I said earlier, a lot of people are asking or looking at the motives when it comes to these protests, and a lot have laid complaints that it seems like there would be a protest, and the intensity would be there, but just at the dying minute you'd see everything die down and that fire would be doused, and you would wonder what really happened behind closed doors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do they really sit and have a resolution for the betterment of the people that they are meant to be fighting for?
Absolutely. Yes. We have a caller from Jalingo. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. Good morning, Daniel. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you. Good morning, Hauwa and Maimuna.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead, Daniel.
Yes. Even though the leaders of the NLC have their own issue on ground, but the only language we can use for government to understand as it is still protest. That is the truth. Now, I've never participated in any protest, but the truth of the matter, some questions need to be addressed. I cannot use my hard-earned money and be paying for politicians where they will be using my hard-earned 25% as tax to be used for flamboyant life between them and their children. It's not. We are in a country where there is no insecurity, as the previous caller said, and yet, after paying our tax, we still use the same our hard-earned money again and pay bandit for ransom. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. You will see them, all these tax, come to Taraba State, we have nothing to show. There's not any federal government present in Taraba State that can claim, but yet they deduct our money as tax. The Namai Bridge, which we have been crying since last 2 years or last year, up to today, that bridge is still there. No federal presence, any development in Taraba State, and yet they want tax from us. Honestly, I'm supporting this protest. This is my first time that I'll come out In fact, with my own T-shirt, I will brand it very well to support the protest. So be it if they wish we should go on the protest. Then, the last administration, in Taraba State, we don't have everything. The Muhammadu Buhari housing estate that was built in Taraba, up to today, nobody is there. What we learn now is that they have now sold that housing estate to one Alaji. I don't know. I'm not sure of but nobody is there in the estate. People are looking for that estate to apply for. Quiet. So all these tax reform, now I'm looking at it as if that they're trying to use our money for politicians. That is it. Please, it's annoying. Let me just drop my call from here.
Thank you for calling in and sharing your thoughts. Absolutely. But then, Hauwa, when you look at this protest, it's not only centered around insecurity. We have, remember, health workers are still on strike. Resident doctors are still on strike. We have a whole lot of issues facing us as a country. And then if the NLC is coming out to protest for the betterment of the country, to draw the attention of the government, it is a good thing. Whether they have their own selfish interests or motive or whatnot, the most important thing is that they carry Nigerians along based on the current realities on the ground and what we can see.
Yeah, now, according to the NLC, it is supposed to be a peaceful protest, and I hope that all the way to the end of these protests is going to be a peaceful one. But have we really had,
you know, a full 100% peaceful protest in Nigeria?
Because we've seen situations where things escalate due to other influences that we've seen the NSAS protest, we've seen the end bad governance. It was a whole confusing situation. And at this point, that the NLC is out protesting for the safety as well as welfare of all Nigerians. It is not supposed to be something that is disruptive. It's supposed to be something that is held with all importance.
Absolutely. We have another caller on the line.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Bagudu. Good morning, Kiyawa. You are on to SMB calling from Lagos.
Good morning, SMB. Thank you for joining us.
Go ahead, your thoughts.
Thank you very much. Let me quickly, as usual, appreciate Trust TV for giving us this ample opportunity. So many things in the headlines resonate with me. Let me quickly respond to this particular topic of discussion. Nationwide protest, will it change anything? You see, first of all, the cardinal objective of each and every government is to protect life and properties of its citizens. That one, we all know that. Now, protest. Protest is a fundamental right in a democratic arena. We all know this, especially when you look at the 1999 amended constitution, section 40, I think guarantees the right to peaceful assembly and protest. But then it has to be at least, it must be peaceful and no, as on that. So my worry is, why shall we wait until when we go on strike before the government do the needful? Why are we like this? What happened with our policy makers? They were there 300
all right, I think we've lost that.
Hello?
All right, please go ahead. Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. You see, why shall we wait until when we go on protest before we do the needful? The 109 personnel there as a senator, the 360 they are there. What are they doing? That's the question we are asking. What are they doing? Are they not more, especially in Nigeria? Are they not witnessing what is going on? Kidnapping, we all know, is an organized crime. Yeah, we agree. Security is a very complex environment. Like I always mentioned, we have all the national security structures. What is wrong? What is it that we're supposed to do that we are not doing? What is it that we are doing that we're not supposed to be doing? Where are the communication? What is wrong with our policy makers? That's the question we are asking. like the other colonial nation. We don't have any other country than Nigeria. Nigeria is our country, and Nigerians are very resilient, very resilient, tolerant, endurance, patient, and sympathy. But the leadership, what is going on? Sometimes you lock yourself in the home, you start throwing tears with your eyes, with your naked eyes, looking at what is going on. The economic is down, the education is down, the health is down, the infrastructure, and so on and so forth. What is wrong with our policy makers, for God's sake? Are we expecting the international community to come and rebuild our nation for us after almost 65 of our independence, 25 of interrupted democracy? Something is wrong somewhere. It's better for us to do anything. Maybe, possibly we can patch the cracking wall. Otherwise, we keep on going on this present predicament, which I always don't pray for. Thank you very much. I remain the SMB from Lagos, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much for calling in. I believe we have a couple of WhatsApp messages, Maimuna.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at some of the WhatsApp messages that we have this morning.
Yes.
The phone lines are still open and the numbers are displayed on your screen. You can go ahead to call in.
A message from Shedu Emmanuel Chooks from Taraba State, and he says, good morning. Protest is not bad. That is the only way the people's voice will be heard. Insecurity is a threat to our future. We are not fighting for ourselves, but for our children's safety. The government must prioritize our security by taking action, not just words. Safety is a basic human right. Denying people their human right is to challenge their very humanity. United we stand, united we protest against insecurity. Thank you very much, Shelu Emmanuel from Taraba State. All right, next up, we have a message from Nandi Bete. It says, good morning, Trust TV. All over the world, protests are a legitimate means for the people to voice out their frustrations to government over unresolved challenges. Now, the insecurity in Nigeria is getting to breaking point. No one is safe any longer anywhere in Nigeria. And the impression is that enough is not being done to bring sanity to the nation. Even as this NLC protest appears to be coming rather late, every citizen should support it. It must not be disrupted by sponsored counter groups as usual. Thank you very much, Nandi Betty from Ogoja. All right, we have another WhatsApp message from Adamu Mohammed, and it says, good morning, Nigerians. Nigerians are deprived from enjoying and benefiting the natural endowments. God bless our country. Nigeria and even the democratic dividends are nowhere to be found. I buy a peaceful, civic and democratic avenues to make a positive change in Nigeria. But can the protest make any impact? No, it can't at this critical and crucial moment of our lives, especially under the present administration of President Tinubu. Nigerians should get another avenue to get their freedom, not protest. 2027 is the biggest and strongest way to protest peacefully. Also, to be candid, Nigerians are angry and hungry. Insecurity is another thing differently. So if there is anger and hunger, you can't imagine what can follow. If President Tinubu has fought for democracy in the past years, so now what stops him as a president to do the needful? Let the common man get food on their tables, have access to medical care and free and affordable education, and also tackle insecurity and reduce unemployment. Thank you, Adamu Mohammed Usman from Kafin Hausa in Jigawa State. All right, next up, we have a message from Mabinton Ark Macbello from Port Harcourt, and he said, it will not change anything. There is no time protest has changed anything for the country at large, except for the benefits of them. Thank you very much for that. All right, next up, we have another message from, okay, there's no name on that. And it says, good morning. The protest is a right step in the right direction. Government has failed us, the citizens, several times. Insecurity has worsened in this country. And the issue of 35,000 Naira wage award arrears of 3 months since 2023 is still pending. I'm fully prepared to join the protest. This is from Chinli Danyang from Jos Plateau State.
All right, we have another WhatsApp message from Mr. Soyumbo from Abeokuta, Ogun State, and it says, nationwide protest. I beg to agree with some speakers. I guess that's what he wanted to say. I have listened to. The protest is nothing but political. It's very misleading to say that the government is not doing anything enough to deal with the insecurity in the country. Do you know the numbers of soldiers that have lost their lives battling the security threats? The government is not sleeping on this issue of insurgents. Since Trump made an announcement about the Christian genocide in the country, the rate of insecurities have raised. We all should go to the battlefield and fight the insurgent bandits. This is a matter that involves all. Mr. Soyumbo Tolani from Abeokuta, Ogun State. Thank you for sending in your message.
All right, and next up we have a message from Sharif Muhammad Siambola from Jigawa, and he says, good morning. Protesting is not inherently bad. It's a legitimate way for citizens to express concerns. Now, the challenge in Nigeria is that our track record with protests hasn't been strong. Many protests have ended in violence, disruption, or limited change, showing that awareness alone rarely solves deep problems like insecurity. Now, real solutions come when governors and community leaders take responsibility, coordinate resources, and act decisively to protect their people. Protests can draw attention, but lasting security is built through consistent, accountable leadership on the ground. Thank you very much, Sheriff Muhammad Siambola from Jigawa. All right, the phone lines are still open. Make sure you call us in or send a WhatsApp message so that we can hear your thoughts and read them out as well. Looking at this matter, Nigerians are now on this issue. They are absolutely sure that it is the only way to go to catch the attention of the federal government, make sure that they understand the urgency of having a secure nation. It is absurd that each and every angle, each and every corner of the country is suffering from insecurity. Then what happens now when the whole country is engulfed with this? And we don't pray for that, but we're hoping that they understand the urgency of making sure that people's lives and property are secure. And with having your lives and property secure, that is when you can be able to conduct your everyday business, as well as make sure that the economy as well boosts, because if these aspects, especially insecurity, is not looked at and made sure that it's drawn to a halt, then it's just chaos that's just going to go on.
As we hope for a better country, a safer country, I really hope that this protest this morning will yield a huge result. And at the end of the day, we don't want to hear, news of, this protest being sabotaged or being hijacked by thugs or, people that don't mean well for this country. Absolutely. This protest is a peaceful one, and it's a wake-up call for the government to do the needful. But then we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning, Sister Hauwa. Good morning, Sister Maimuna.
Good morning.
How about Auntie Aisha and Auntie Sumaya? I've not been hearing about them again.
They're doing well, thank you.
Okay. Concerning today's issue, nationwide protest, it's a welcome idea anyway. It's a very welcome idea. But the point is that will the government listen to the protest? We didn't listen to the protest. The protest is good. According to what people have been saying, the first responsibility of any government is to protect life and property. But I don't know what is wrong with our government. This thing has been happening for the past 10 years, and we are still there. Is it until when they kill all Nigerians before the government will take action. This is very bad of them. We are always living in fear. Please, action must be taken. Let them do the right thing. Let them do the needful. We are tired of insecurity in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling in and sharing your thoughts. And then Hauwa,
his name
yes,
and location.
please do well to mention your name when you call in. And then Hauwa, it is very alarming to see that, you know, specific issues that have been on the table, issues that have to do with the life and safety of, you know, Nigerians are being abandoned. I'm still asking the question why the federal government has not come to a resolution, to a negotiation with the health workers and also the resident doctors that are still on strike. We hear Nigerians complaining every day that having access to healthcare when they go to the hospitals, those things are not, you know, available because the health workers and the doctors are still on strike. Absolutely. So it's a part of the reason why the NLC is also protesting that if our doctors are still on strike, and then what happens to our healthcare sector?
Absolutely. And aside from that, there are other pending issues that are supposed to have been resolved by now, especially when it comes to the minimum wage. How long has it been that has been approved?
We have been talking about this minimum wage since the early of this year.
Still not implemented it, even the Federal Capital Territory. So what are we talking about? We have to look at priorities. We have to look at ways the system would work. And ways the system would work is fulfilling those needs that Nigerians have, those promises that you gave to Nigerians, and making sure that they are alive to receive those promises.
How many promises do we have? We have a whole lot of promises. How up to today, those promises have not been fulfilled. And if Nigerians are coming out to ask questions and ask for accountability, it is only their right. It is their right. And the government need to understand that these issues, these particular issues that are facing us, are really targeted at, you know, the low man down there, because they don't have anywhere to turn to. They turn to the government for help. But
when we take our next caller, absolutely, I'll give you a point of view that I do have. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
My name is Hauwa Mohammed.
Good morning, Abubakar.
I'm calling from Gaza.
Oh, thank you for calling in. Please, can you go ahead?
Gaza in Nigeria. Gaza in Nigeria.
Absolutely. Thank you for calling in. Go ahead.
So you equate Zamfara to Gaza in Nigeria?
I should equate it, because what's happening is the government is taking us for a ride. Look at now, you are talking of insecurity all over and down. What is happening? We don't have enough policemen to police Nigeria. Now the government is telling us they are employing 50,000, but this is purely politics. Why have they been doing all this while that they didn't employ? Now they are telling us, why do they even have the facility to pay 50,000 policemen? So sometimes we just miss the whole point. When we don't have, you don't equip the people that are entitled to take care of internal security. You are talking of insecurity. NLC is just wasting their time. What the strike? What has it got to do with they are in Abuja? They don't know what's happening down here. We know what we're facing. What are they doing? You keep on making promises. You say you are increasing salaries. You are making all those things. All those are lies. What are we saying? We are deceiving ourselves. The police, if you equip the police can take care of all these things. But what are we saying? We just keep making. What do you intend to achieve with this strike? The protest. What are we going to achieve? How many protests are we having in Nigeria? Have we achieved anything? So why are we wasting? We're just deceiving ourselves. It's purely politics. Let the government do the needful. We have so many organizations that are doing the same thing. You keep on creating. Now there are some they can call forest guard. Another one you call them. They are just waste of government resources. Mark them. Let's not have enough policemen. Equip them. Give them enough facility equipments, and see what will happen. Like you look at in Zamfara. Look at what the government is doing in Zamfara. He is assisting the police in a lot of ways. Where are people staying in Zamfara? We're seeing what he's doing. That's what's supposed to be done. But But because maybe he's not in the same party with the upstart, that's why there are a lot of bottlenecks in what he's doing. But if you go check and see what he's doing for the police in Zamfara, check and see. What are you saying? We are just wasting. We sit down, talk. People are in Abuja. We are the ones feeling it here in Zamfara. We know what we're feeling. People can't go to farm. People can't go out. You can't travel. There are places that they have to be escort. The military escort people to places. They collect money and export it. What are you saying? The problem can be solved, and everybody knows where the problem lies. So why are we playing politics with it? Equip the police, employ more policemen, match all these party organizations that you are forming. What you call forest guards, you call peace corps. What are they all doing? Police work. So that's my little contribution. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
No, yes, thank you, Abubakar, for calling in.
Yes,
but then I just wanted to add, equating Gaza to Zamfara and the perception of, people in Abuja are here and don't know what is happening in other parts of the country. It's not, should I say, it's not a good one, because for every time we have these conversations on this platform, we see and hear the cry of every single Nigerian in every state and community facing these issues. And even we here in Abuja, are we safe? We're not safe. We have heard cases. We have seen cases of, kidnapping, banditry, and what have you. So these issues that we're facing currently in this country is not limited to a certain region. Everybody, we are all in it together.
Absolutely. Now, the biggest issue I believe that Nigerians do have is the lack of relatability when it comes to issues bedeviling the everyday Nigerian. They don't understand what the everyday Nigerian goes through. They cannot relate. They can't feel the pain. So at this point, a lot are saying that, especially when incidents happen around the country, especially when it comes to insecurity, you don't see officials going to those places, going to those locations to see what is going on, to hear the plight of the people, to feel the pain of the people, to get closer to them so that they can at least have an inkling
what is
of
going
what is going on. But we have
another caller
on the line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning. How are you people doing?
Oh, very well,
fine, thank you.
What is it?
All right, thank you for calling in. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Yeah. I want to comment on the security in Nigeria.
Go ahead.
I want to use my village for example. I'm from the southeast of Nigeria. So there was a time all those IPOB something issue came up. That the fact that we could not travel for 4 years. I could not travel to my village for 4 years because of the crisis and the insecurity there. So I want to use this opportunity to call on the federal government or the Imo state government to intervene. How can we be looking for an IPOB somebody? Member. We are looking for an IPOB member because the IPOB member visited his friends. When we went there, you couldn't see the IPOB member that you are looking for. You brought out the friends, you killed him and set him ablaze. What is that? And nobody will ask. Nobody will ask of anything. That will just go like that. So I want to call on the federal government to look into it. Even if you catch an IPOB member or a suspected IPOB member or a bandit or a terrorist, I think the best thing is to hand him over to the legal authorities. Yeah, that's my thought.
All right, thank you very much for that and for your contribution. I believe we have some WhatsApp messages as well. We have one from Muhammad Bukar from Majorgree, and this is quite a long one. And he says the planned nationwide strike by the Nigeria Labour Congress is a necessary and legitimate response to the severe and escalating security crisis in Nigeria. The action, framed as a national day of protest and mourning, is supported by a broad coalition and is fundamentally a democratic demand for the basic right to life and security. Here are the key reasons supporting the strike: purpose and motivation, a collective act of grief, and a democratic demand for the fundamental right to life and security, driven by overwhelming loss from kidnappings and killings. Now, the primary trigger: worsening national insecurity crisis, including mass kidnappings, for example, the 24 schoolgirls in Kebbi, and killings affecting workers and citizens daily. Now, broader support backed by the Federal Workers Forum, which calls it a national assignment for collective survival, and other unions. Now the strike trigger, the NLC warns an indefinite nationwide strike will be triggered if protesters are harmed by alleged plots to disrupt the peaceful demonstrations. Now, economically, insecurity damages the economy, scares away local and foreign investors, and devastates workers' livelihoods and productivity. Thank you very much, Muhammad Bukar, for that.
All right, Hauwa, our reporter is standing by, Bello Musa from Kaduna. Would want to hear from him concerning the nationwide protest and get a feedback and an update on what is happening in Kaduna. Good morning, Bello. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Can you please bring us up to speed as to what is happening currently now in Kaduna concerning the nationwide protest by the Nigerian Labour Congress?
Well, right now we are at the headquarters of the Secretariat of the Nigerian Labour Congress. The members of the union are converging here so that they will start street march from the Secretariat, which is located on Independence Way, to the Kaduna State House of Assembly. Members of different chapters affiliated to the union here. The chairman of the NLC, Comrade Ayuba Suleiman, is over there addressing the members of the union on the modalities of today's protest.
All right.
Hello.
All right.
Yes, go ahead.
Now, okay, all right. Now, as you are at the venue or at the location where the protest is going on, we've heard that the reports of, a disruption when it comes to these protests. So far, it's supposed to be a peaceful protest. What is the temperature there? Do you think that it is, at this point, a peaceful protest? All right, I believe we lost. Okay, all right, we do have it. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right.
Well, I think the protest is going to be peaceful, because already there are members of the Nigerian police here with the members of the NLC, ensuring that there is no breakdown of law and order before, during, and after the protest.
All right. So, after speaking with people that are coming out for the protest, what exactly are their plights apart from the insecurity issues that we're facing in Nigeria? Is there any specific issue that they have pointed out as to part of the reason why they are out this morning to protest?
The issue is the persistent oral insecurity in the country. I just spoke with some of the health workers. They said the insecurity has affected many of their members who are at the rural hospitals. So that's why they are here, to voice out their concerns on the issue of insecurity that is affecting their members and the other plurality of Nigerians.
All right, now, so far as you are at the location of this protest, can you tell us the sheer amount of people that have shown up to protest, and do you think that there will be more people showing up in protest of insecurity in the country?
The place is filled to capacity, the headquarters of the NLC, and people are still coming. Even outside the premises, there are vehicles and other people are still coming. And as I told you earlier, more police are coming to ensure that the protest is peaceful.
All right. Thank you so much, Bello Musa, a reporter from Kaduna, for speaking with us this morning. And please, while you are trying to give us the update on what is happening in Kaduna, make sure you stay safe.
Absolutely. Now, it is very encouraging to see that a lot of people have come out, aside from members of the NLC, a lot of people come out to protest the insecurity in the country. It shows how much frustration people are going through. It shows how much a lot of people have had enough of what is going on. And as we mentioned earlier, it is supposed to be a very big eureka moment for the federal government. It's supposed to be a wake-up call for them to act as swiftly as possible, making sure that all Nigerians are safe.
Absolutely. And the government need to understand that when the people come out to protest, it is not to, go against your administration or try to, cause chaos or issues in your administration, but highlight these issues. And that is why we as Nigerians, in the Constitution, we have the right to protest, a peaceful protest. Absolutely. So when people come out to protest peacefully, allow them. It is also your responsibility as the government to also provide security for the protesters, making sure that they are safe at the end of the day. Let's try as much as possible to learn how to, address issues amicably without having, bringing in a whole lot of chaos, because at the end of the day, I bet you, and I'm sure that, some other parts in Nigeria, some other states would, report violent issues during this protest, because we know that each time there's a protest, one or two states will definitely have issues when it comes to that. But we really hope that at the end of the day, everything would move out smoothly. And, for me, I always say change depends on how much we try to follow up on these issues. It is not enough to talk about them. It is not enough to come out on the street to protest, but let's follow up on them. Let's keep hammering on them. And let's keep, calling on the federal government. If they don't know what they are supposed to do, we as the people, we know what we want and we know what we expect from them as our leaders, and it is only right for them to do.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it is quite understandable that when time for protest does come, the Nigerian comes out to protest, you should know that they've been pushed to the wall.
Absolutely.
You should know that their patience have run out. Yes. All right. We have Adamu Musa from Jos, Plateau State, and he'll be giving us an update on what is going on ground while this protest is going on. Good morning, Adamu Musa. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. You're in Plateau State, and at this point, we know the protest is going on. So what is going on at this moment?
Well, at the moment, members of the NLC have been trooping to the venue of the protest, and even though the officials of the NLC are yet to arrive, but some members told journalists that as soon as the officials of the NLC arrive, they will address journalists and they will start the protest properly. But at the moment, a lot of members of the group have been trooped to the venue in support of the directive by the national body of the group.
All right, and now that you're at the venue, can you see, any security agency on ground to make sure that this protest is going to be a peaceful one? Because we really hope that in Plateau State we're going to have a peaceful protest this morning.
Yes, we have seen security personnel, especially the police, who have been going around to ensure that this protest is peaceful. So we have also seen other security agencies like the road safety and other security personnel like the civil defense. They have been going around to ensure that everything goes well. So at the moment, the protest, even though they have not kicked off the protest, because of the late arrival of the officials of the group. But we can say that, yes, the protest is ongoing and everything is moving smoothly.
All right. Now, quickly before we go, you said the members of the Nigeria Labour Congress are so far still mobilizing. And aside from the Nigeria Labour Congress officials and members, are there other people, other Nigerians there that are not members of the NLC gathering so that they can proceed to protest?
Well, at the moment, I only see the members of the Nigerian Labour Congress that I identify as members of the NLC. I have not seen any, or rather, other members of other bodies who are also in the support of what the NLC is doing at the moment.
All right. Thank you very much, Adu Musa, for that, calling in from Plateau State, for giving us an update. And that is all we have for the segment. Thank you to all our callers for giving us your full contributions, as well as the WhatsApp messages that we received. And we hope at this point that this protest yields something very positive when it comes to curbing insecurity in Nigeria.